Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
which creator is the right one to believe in, and how would we know?
The right creator to believe in would be, based off of my understanding, would be the creator that whoever created this earth, whatever created this earth.
Okay, all you did was argue in a circle.
Today, I'm going to make a video about why I'm right. Then, if you ever think I'm wrong, I can tell you that I'm right because I said so. And you will have this video to refer back to. Oh, man. Oh, man, I feel dizzy. Oh, man, all those circles I've been spinning. Oh, man, does that sound familiar? Well, this brings us into our next topic. It's circular reasoning, aka begging the question. What is circular reasoning, aka begging the question? According to the website yourlogicalfallacyis.com, begging the question is a logically incoherent argument that often arises in situations where people have an assumption that is very ingrained and therefore taken in their minds as a given. Circular reasoning is bad, mostly because it's not very good. So just how does Watchtower use circular reasoning? Well, we're going to go through a couple of examples here. And the first one I'm going to show you is from the website jwfacts.com. And as you see on your screen, we have two different ways that they use circular reasoning. Let's start with the first one on the left here, where it says that God chose the Watchtower Society in 1919. Okay? Now, how do you know? So we go down here. How do you know? And then we continue to answer the question, because at that time, only they were teaching truth, which is what every witness nowadays would tell you. Well, what were they teaching then? Well, they had false dates, they used pagan symbols, they worshiped Jesus, they used blood, and this is according to their own teachings that these are false teachings now. Also, they did things like Christmas, birthdays. So, they used the cross as well, which is what they consider a pagan symbol, but there was other pagan symbols that they used on their literature back then. So, they said that they were teaching the truth, but yet they still were doing all these things that they would now consider false teachings. Oh, but the light is getting brighter and brighter. So here we go. We got this bright light, and now it's okay that we do that. But couldn't that be true of other religions? And here we go back to the complete circle. No. Why? Because God chose the Watchtower Society in 1919. Okay? Now, let's look at the other one that they got. The other one they have here as part of their teachings, or part of their circular reasoning, is Jehovah uses the Watchtower faithful and discreet slave. How do you know? Good question there. How do you know? Well, we know because only Jehovah's Witnesses teach truth. Okay, well, don't other religions believe they teach the truth too? Well, that's because Satan has blinded their minds. Okay, well, couldn't that be true of Jehovah's Witnesses too? Absolutely not. Why? Because Jehovah uses the faithful and discreet slave. Let's take a look at another example of how Watchtower uses circular reasoning. This example is found from the February 15th, 2009 Watchtower in the article, They Keep Following the Lamb. This is in paragraph 11, and it's on page 27 if you're following along or looking this up. Notice what it says here. It says, since Jehovah God and Jesus Christ completely trust the faithful and discreet slave, should we not do the same? After all, the slave has shown itself to be faithful in doing its assigned work. For example, the Watchtower magazine has been published for some 130 years. Meetings, assemblies, and conventions of Jehovah's Witnesses continue to build us up spiritually. Now, do you see how they conclude that Jehovah and Jesus automatically trust them just because they print this magazine and they've been doing it for 130 years? What proof does that give you? It doesn't give you any. It just goes to show how they're a publishing company. They publish literature and they peddle it from door to door. So they're not giving you any proof, any reason why Jehovah and Jesus trust them. Hence the circular reasoning. They assume the conclusion and they state it in their premise. So you see how that's just running in a circle. So is your head spinning yet from all of this circular reasoning? I know it's kind of hard to wrap your head around sometimes, isn't it? But the reason why I wanted to bring out these logical fallacies is because these are arguments that are commonly used, and we're going to get into some less commonly used ones as we go along this series. But I wanted to start off with the more commonly used ones because I want my listeners, my viewers, anybody who runs across these videos to understand that these fallacies are used on almost a daily basis. We use them without even realizing it sometimes. And I just wanted to help bring awareness to these fallacies so not only can you recognize them yourself, but that you can help others recognize them, and then in turn you can start having more logical arguments, logical discussions, and whenever you have an argument or a discussion on anything, that you're not basing it off something that has a flimsy ground. I mean, I'm not a big Bible believer anymore, but I'm going to use the quote about the scripture that says to build your house on a solid foundation. And that's true in an argument. You want to build your argument on a solid foundation. Otherwise, it's just going to fall apart. And if you're the one on the solid foundation and the other person that is arguing with you, and I say argument, but I mean discussion, whatever it might be, is using these fallacies, then you're already ahead of the game in the argument. Even if they say something along the lines of, oh, well, you don't have an answer, so you can't answer this, so you've lost the argument. No, you haven't lost the argument just because you don't have an answer. Actually, you've done yourself a major favor by not having the answer, because now you're setting yourself up for the future to have better arguments even more so. They still haven't won the argument because they still haven't had a solid foundation to base their argument off of. So there you go. But anyways, that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you all for watching this. I hope you enjoyed my new format that I did. I finally found a video editor that I'm liking. I still got to play around with it more and see if I can do some more stuff with it. And for right now, I'm on the free trial, so might start paying for it because I liked what I've seen so far. But anyways, let me give you a teaser. The next logical fallacy I'm going to cover is black or white reasoning. And I'm going to have some fun with this one, and it's going to be great. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.